It's time once again to go racing.
It does not get any better than this.
The pressure is really on now.
Yes, it's pole position. Lights out and we're racing in PSGL.
The first lap has been absolute chaos.
What an overtake. Oh no!
I've never seen anything like it.
Side by side again. This will be settled right at the end. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, brothers and sisters. Welcome to PSGL PCF2, the grand finale here in Bahrain. Anyone that saw F1 last night, oh my god, what a race we had. But this time we have a championship to decide. Just 2 points separate our front running pair, Luke Smith and Simon Perroni, both of which are with us tonight in our 17-car grid here in the wonderful deserts of Bahrain. King Kodiak here to talk you through the action and keeping me on the straight and narrow. As always, it's Jess.
Hello, Chris. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Bahrain. First hosted a race in 2004. First became a night race back in 2014. The start of the hybrid era, of course. And yes, Simon Perroni, Luke Smith, they've been so competitive all season. And to be honest, it's just about who outscores each other because they've been that consistent throughout, and it could go either way. We've seen how the swing has gone to Luke Smith the last couple of races, but we've seen this season how quickly the pendulum can swift to another driver. So looking forward to it. And we've also got, I think, teammates of Simon Perroni and Luke Smith, I think, in the thing. Oh, my game's crashed for some weird reason.
Excellent. Okie dokie. So let's head trackside then and get this show on the road. All the elements on. We know how we do this by now. Right. I don't think it is possible to have rain in Bahrain, but let's face it, it's not very common. Get my track map ready. Right. Let's see who we've got on board. In the Ferrari out on soft tyres, Jordan Poland. In the McLaren, we have Primoz Miklevich, who's managed to invalidate his outlap. Well done. There is one of our championship protagonists. Also, both championship protagonists are part of Race Clutch as well, so it's not fixed. They're just that good. There is Simon Perroni just coming through turn 4 and down through the squigglies, and Jess has managed to rejoin. That's always good to see. Joost Noordijk is with us in the Mercedes. In the next Ferrari is Norbert Jacob. He's just starting his first time run. Duncan Hoffland in the pits in the Mercedes. There is our championship leader by just 2 points. Oh my goodness me. Now, we did ascertain that if Luke Smith and Simon Perroni are joint on points by the end of tonight's race, the championship would still go to Luke on countback, and Jess has disappeared from the session again. So she's having a bit of technical difficulty. We'll give her a chance to reappear. Carter Lundy in the Aston Martin. We saw him in... we saw actually quite a few F2 drivers in last night's F1 race. Alfie Butcher. I look forward to seeing how he can do. He is currently in the pits, along with returning in the Red Bull, George Nader. Glad to see he's on board. Jess was cheering him on before. Did particularly well in Interlagos previously. Let's see how well he can do here in Bahrain. Andre Tarabukin in the Alpine, the medium shot Alpine, just pulling over, letting through. That'll be Joost Noordijk just coming through. Alef Shoko has returned to us as well. He is just starting his first time lap in the Williams on the soft tyres. Istvan Pukki in the second Aston Martin is on a time lap himself. Jonah Martins in the second of the Alfa Romeos is out. Oops, getting a bit squiggly coming out of turn 4, but well held. Yellow flag somewhere. That's probably just people slowing down. Yes, it is. And then we have got Danny Lusink in the Haas. Norbert Jacob is actually with the first time of the night, 130.096. Ryan Jacobs in the McLaren. Again, all the medium runners seem to be very, very squiddy in whatever corner they're coming out of. And finally, another driver taking part in yesterday's race was Ben Sabaconi in the AlphaTauri. Ryan Jacobs, that's a decent effort on the medium times, 1:26.915. I've forgotten to note what yesterday's pole time was. George Nader has put a 25.4 now on the board in the Red Bull. Wasn't it a low? Was it a low 25 that was pole time, Jess? Can you recall?
I will double check in just a moment. But
when you finished fighting with your machinery.
Yeah, when I finish fighting, I'm in the session, luckily, but
Good.
I don't know how long I'm going to be in the session. But I've closed a few things down, so hopefully it does work at the moment. But we still got some fast drivers on laps, including I think Isvan Pookie just came up to the line, 1:25.6. Where are our Chamonix protagonists? Luke Smith going through the end of sector 2.
Yep.
Simon Perroni is in the pits actually, so we'll follow Luke Smith. He's purple sector 2. Not really a surprise, to be honest. He's the favourite coming into this, but don't count out Simon Perroni as well. Let us know in the chat, who do you think's going to top it all off? We have our own predictions, but you may have your own as well. So up to the line. Is he going to set the benchmark? No, not quite.
Not
P3,
quite.
1:25.495, but still close between himself, Joost Noordijk, and George Nader, who recently got a seat in the VSR team as well. So at the moment we've got a VSR 1-2 at the moment.
Absolutely, yes. George is now part of the VSR squad. Very nicely done. Where is... No, Simon's not come back out again. A few people switching back over to the soft tyres. Not a surprise. You know, we don't see anybody actually do the inter outlaps that we see in F1. Nobody seems to do that in any other tier, I don't think. So yes, make clear in the chat who you are supporting, whether it's Luke Smith, whether it's Simon Perroni, whether it's anybody else. Bung your support in the chat. We always want to hear from you. There was a couple of people chanting for Luke. I noticed in the social media post leading up to tonight's race. Again, he's doing what he needs to do to secure the championship position, but we know how quick Simon can be. Both of them, of course, multiple race winners in this series, hence why they are top of the tree at the moment. But, I mean, who knows? We still have surprise wins from other people. Duncan Hoffland's been up there before. In fact, the vast majority of our drivers have done very, very well. Will Carter-Lundy remembered to change his tyres. We will see. I don't want to pick on that boy, because that was... I understand where that mistake came from. But
He didn't know, but we can't put him down. He won the race last week. He won his first race in F2.
Didn't he
was
just?
At the start of F3 at the beginning of the season, and we didn't think he would actually win a race in F2. And oh, my game's crashed again. Oh, for goodness sake. But I was so delighted for the man. I mean, he deserved it. He looked so delighted in when we were speaking to him in pre-race interviews. Bless him. So you know he's got nothing to lose tonight. But if he is in F2 next season, well, I think he could be one of the man to watch, because obviously the big guns will probably move to F1. So probably Luke Smith will almost certainly be in F1, same with Simon Perroni as well. But we'll see. We do have some esports drivers, of course, that will obviously be there. But you know, I know we're thinking about next season already, but there's some people that are on the cusp of getting demoted to F3 next season. So if they have a poor showing tonight, then they could drop down, and you don't want that, do you, Chris?
No, absolutely. Everybody always tries to do their best. Whilst league racing, there's still an element of going out there for the fun of it. Yes, absolutely true. But it is still, it's still a competitive beast. So again, look, how many times have we had so many drivers just a couple of tenths apart? Well, I mean, you almost expect it in the F1 tier, but we see it in F2 and sometimes even F3, where the pole times are the qualifying times are so close. So very much looking forward to seeing how they... Will you sit still, Miss Ball? Rejoining the session again. Who else can we pick up on? Oh, there's Primoz Miklovic, purple sector 1. Looked like he was running a bit wide coming through turn 7, but managed to keep it on the road. Let's follow the McLaren through. Are you back in the session again?
Oh, hopefully. I don't know what's going wrong with my game today. Oh God, please don't cry.
Sounds like Jess is having a little bit more trouble. But look at this, so many people coming out. We're not seeing that big lull that we do sometimes see during the qualifying sessions. It's absolutely amazing stuff. So many people out there. Just Andre Terrabukin and Alfie Butcher yet to come in. Oh, and a small mistake there coming through turn 13 has invalidated the lap from Primoz Miklovic. It was looking pretty good in the McLaren, but he does have time to do something about that. Alfie Butcher now out there, and Jess's game has died again. Hopefully that's not going to be a theme of the night. Let's ride on board with George Nader, our current pole sitter, as he's coming through turns 1, 2 and 3 on the straight, then heading up towards turn 4, all the way over to the left hand side as much as you dare, then sweep through down to 4th gear briefly just to get the car turned in and slowed down. Now as the twisty says 5, 6 and 7, purple sector 1 for the Red Bull. Nicely done, nearly wanders too wide coming through turn 7. It's really tricky to get that right. It's down, you're coming downhill and then hitting a braking zone. Over to the right hand side for turn 9. Need to get that one right to get the entry right for turn 10. Whilst the straight is not particularly long, is a DRS section right in the middle. So you do need to be getting that one right. Again, straddling the line, don't kill the braking boards, and then sweep through turn 11. Just keeping the momentum as high as you possibly can now through turn 12. Flat out right-hander, nothing to worry about there. We saw some brilliant overtaking moves coming through here. Turn 13, purple sector 2 for the Red Bull driver now. On the back straight, heading down towards the penultimate 2 turns. Again, straddling that line as much as you dare, and then you just kiss the apex and run as close as you can. Oh, nearly invalidating the lap. Very nicely done. And that is, well, that was fairly, we thought that was coming, 1:25.359. I believe the pole time was a 25 flat from yesterday, which was ungodly quick. Again, we're not necessarily expecting our drivers to get close to that, but look how many drivers are very close together. Joost Noordijk, 25.439. Ben Sabaconi, I think he's just done his lap. Yes, he has in the AlphaTauri. Now up into 3rd place, just 0.05 of a second behind Joost Noordijk. And then just 11,000 back is championship contender and, well, championship leader, I should say, of Luke Smith. Where is his arch nemesis, Simon Perroni? Out there on medium tyres. Oh, well, it's Luke Smith, Struth alive. 1:25.248 in the Alpine. My goodness me, what a time. Absolutely stunning stuff. Now, curious gamble from Simon Perroni, who's pulling over the let through. That's Joost Noordijk just coming through in the sole Mercedes. Oh, big one. No, there's both Mercedes out there. So not sure which one it was coming through. It's either Joost or Duncan Hoffman. So, interesting gamble then from Simon Perroni. Is he going for the alternate strategy? Well, Lucas Blakely was able to do a last to first last night in the F1 tier. And Simon is not doing anything. I'm assuming it's pronounced that way. It was certainly George and Dan last night say Simon Perroni. I always say it's Simon Perroni because he is French. Alfie Butcher! Oh, what a time. 1:25.227. By 0.02 of a second, he's gone and put the Red Bull on pole ahead of Luke Smith. Well, Alfie Butcher really has impressed in the few races we've seen him in thus far in F2. He's done brilliantly well to establish himself in such a short period of time, and that is a brilliant statement of intent from the young Red Bull driver. So where is Luke? So he's done his lap. He's going to be coming in. Whoa, he's going to be coming in fine to be able to get out there to do another lap. But he should be able to do it. Where is Simon Perroni? Simon is back in the pit. Any bet he puts the soft tyres on this time. We'll see one of the... Well, that's Duncan Hoffman's car that's just being shoved back into the garage. Now we get everybody going back into the pits except for... Carter Lundy. Oh no, he's just coming back into the pits. Welcome back, Jess. Have you beaten your computer into submission yet?
I'm so annoyed. do apologise.
It happens to the best of us.
If my game just freezes up one more time, I may have to do a bit of a Ted Kravitz.
Fair enough. Well, your boy Alfie Butcher on pole at the moment, young lady. 25.227 for Alfie. If memory serves, it was a 25 flat for pole yesterday in F1. So yeah, at some point if you could double check that for me. Everybody is then shaping up the soft tyres as Primož Roglič, then one of only 2 drivers yet to get a time on the board. So you question, where are the standings? Well, the main battle we're focusing on in tonight's race is the battle for the championship win, which is Luke Smith and Simon Perroni. Luke Smith currently 2nd, Simon Perroni in 13th, but Simon was on the medium tyres up until now. But everybody is now strapped on a set of softs, and now we're starting to see a few more cars coming out. We're going to be getting into the banzai phase, as I call it. The last 3 minutes of any qualifying session is when all caution is thrown to the wind, and everybody then comes out ready to do battle as we continue to watch Primož Roglič head down towards turn 11 to get a time of the board. He's still kept it valid for the moment. Ignore the yellow flags. That's just people getting heat into their tyres and being, just being cautious, etc., etc. So Luke Smith is out there. George Nader, Carter Lundy, Joost Noordijk are all on track. Ryan Jacobs and Jona Martins and Jordan Poland have now come out to have a play. Alfie Butcher as well, so he's not resting on his laurels. He's looking to improve on his already impressive pole time. Can Primož Roglič get a time on the board? And look how close they have to get to that, to the invalidation line, you could call it, on the outside of the final turn. And that's a 25.5, which is still a very, very good time. 3 tenths off the top spot puts Primož in 10th.
Wow, a man that you're not expecting to be up there at the moment, but if this is a race to prove that he deserves being this tier next season, well, he's proving it at the moment. Look at how close it is as well. We all think it could be F1 with how close it is at the moment. A lot of drivers from P1 to P13 in the 125s, which could place them, some of them could have been placed in the top 10 in F1 last night. That's how close it is. Everyone's on their final runs at the moment. Everyone is all on soft, so no one is going for that alternate strategy. I'm not sure we talked about the alternate strategy with how Lucas Blakely won last night.
I mentioned that he did a last to first. I mean, my goodness me, he hasn't had a rig in 6 months, and then just turns up, nails in a performance of the gods, having just performed at Knock Hill in.
He did very well in Croft at the weekend as well.
Croft, yes. I was trying to think where it is. He was P2 twice, if memory serves. Yeah. So
second best Scotsman as well, I believe. So, yeah.
He felt he had it in the car to. We're talking real life Croft, not virtual here.
Not Crofty, yeah, Croft in England. He raced in Formula 4, Formula.
I was trying to remember what it was as well. I can't remember.
Well, it's a Scottish version anyway, and he's doing a great job.
Either way, he was doing a sterling job.
But we still got people on that. So pole time last night was set by Thomas Von Haar. You may all know him because he raced in F2 for quite a long time. He's still in the standings, by the way, in the top 10, I believe. How consistent he is. 125.055, or just under 2 tenths shy of P2. P2 time was a 125.236. So
that was 25.2.
Butcher. So that was P2. P1 was a 125.0. So if Alfie set that time yesterday, bless, he got knocked out qualifying yesterday, bless him. If he set that time yesterday, he would have been P2.
Wow.
So it just shows that redemption is coming for Alfie Butcher. He didn't do too well in qualifying yesterday. Well, he's proven he's still got the pace still, and I think it shows that the practice that he had yesterday really did help him. But the checker flag, I believe, has dropped.
It has indeed.
People up to the line, so I'll hand it over to you.
So Luke Smith did not complete that last lap. George Nader, a 25.138 on the board. Red Bull 1-2 at the moment. Stunning stuff. Luke Smith is back in the pits now, down to third. Watching Simon Perroni coming through the last turn. One of the Ferraris come over the line. There's Jordan Poland, 25.749 for him. What can Simon Perroni do? Can he get ahead of Luke Smith, or will he remain behind? It's 8th position, 25.519. Struth alive. So that's certainly advantage Luke Smith. Alfie Butcher! Without slipstream as well, a 25 flat.
He's beating the F1 time from last night.
Wow, my goodness me. But I'm genuinely speechless with that. That is absolutely stunning stuff. Still some laps to complete. Norbert Jakob, Istvan Pukki, and Duncan Hoffman and Andre Terry Buchan still on laps. Terry Buchan 14th with a 25.642. Duncan with a 25.624. What does Norbert Jakob do? 1,000ths behind Simon Perroni. Oh, but wow. Alfie Butcher, take a bow.
I think everyone in the chat is probably speechless as well. I'm probably very happy. There's a lot of Alfie fans in the chat that'll be like, yes, yes. And to be honest, I'm not ashamed to say this. I know Andy and Dan talk about all the time that they like Louis Welsh, but I like Alfie Butcher. Since his move to PC, I think the main reason because he's been incredible adapting from the Xbox sides to PC, which for a normal person it takes quite a while to get used to. But without the likes of Alfie Butcher, he kind of reminds me of Jake Benham, because Jake Benham came from Xbox and Jake Benham took it like a duck towards as
nailed
well.
it, didn't he? Yeah.
So imagine if those two actually be teammates next season in F1. But I won't be surprised to see Alfie Butcher in F1, to be honest, next season. But obviously we don't do the placements. But someone asked is short quali faster than full quali. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you don't have 3 sessions of decreasing time, so in that sense, yes. Is it faster in the sense of what lap times you can do? As far as I know,
it's still a good lap time, though. God.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, that's just unreal. That's absolutely, absolutely blown away by that. So we're just waiting for, I believe it's Jonah Martins to retire from the session, and then we will go through the grid. A Red Bull 1-2, that's been said quite a few times in racing terms. But Struth alive, that is just unbelievable. A 25 flat from Alfie Butcher, there it is. So then Georges Nader joins him on the front row. Luke Smith and Carter Lundy on row 2. Joost Noordijk and Ben Sabaconi in row 3. Olaf Soko and Simon Perroni row 4. Norbert Jakob and Istvan Pukki, the Hungarians, take on row 5. Ryan Jacobs and Primoz Miklovic row 6. And then it's Danny and Duncan Hofland on row 7. Andre Terry Buchan and Jordan Poland row 8, with Jonah Martins at the tail end of the field. But wow, 7/10 to a second to separate the entire field. But look at that. How many people just between 4 and 5 tenths behind, like I think you were saying earlier, Jess, 6th to 11th in that time frame. Oh yes, we're in for another classic.
I think we've chosen the right race to do a season finale, because I remember we used to have Brazil for season finales for the last few seasons at PSGL, and Bahrain used to be the opening round of the season for quite a long time. I remember also in PC top tier, when it was the early tier on PC, they did Bahrain short, and my, that was a classic there as well. So I'm excited. I'm excited for this. Obviously, it opened F1 2021 on PSGL, and it's come full circle, isn't it? It's open F1 2021 on PSGL, and it's going to end in Bahrain at PSGL. So a coincidence? I don't know. But we weren't the one who made the calendars. But Red Bull 1-2, happy for them as well. But don't cut everybody else out. Don't forget, if Luke pretty much outscores Simon Perroni, then he's champion. And if Simon Perroni outscores by 3 points because of count back, then Simon is champion. But obviously if they tie on points, it will be champion. So exciting times. Will anyone outside the top 10 go for the alternate strategy? I think the answer to that is yes. Soft to mediums or medium to softs. Much easier to do a soft to medium or medium to soft on this game compared to the last few games, let's just say. The tyre deg is less noticeable around here as well. So for these PC guys, it will be their last race on the game before they move over to F1 22. And surprise, surprise, everyone is on the mediums outside the top 10. So keep an eye on those outside the top 10, because it could play a factor. And of course, we got Andre Tarabukin in the Alpine, Jonah Martins in the Alfa Romeo. They are teammates to the two championship protagonists. Those are the only two that can influence the championship in any way and help out either Luke Smith or Simon Perroni. Everyone else has been instructed to not help them or hinder them, just to do their own race. But their teammates can help them. That's the only difference.
Okie dokie. So It is very much advantage Alpine at the moment. Luke Smith, of course, out-qualifying Simon Perroni, and Andre Terrebuken out-qualifying Jonas Martins. But anything can happen in these Formula 1 races as well. We know Tracks and Chat saying, now I'm feeling slow. You're feeling slow. I would be in lowest tier -1 if I was actually competing. Although I look forward, if the VR is any good in F1 22, I am definitely going to be giving that a try. Because I am a VR nut, and I'm not ashamed to say so. So I will definitely be giving it a try. I mean, I will be never anywhere near the kind of level of these guys. One, because I know nothing about setups whatsoever, and two, I just do not have the time to learn that kind of thing. So
I hate doing setups, so I just always get it from somewhere else. Now, my best lap around Bahrain's a 128 something. I don't know, 3 or 4 seconds behind the rest of these guys, but still quite decent. But that's because it is an ABS kind of track, and I use ABS. Sorry. Anyway, we are about to get underway. Last chance to get your predictions in. Gap is 2 points, like I was saying. At the moment, I normally don't do predictions, but I'm going to stick with mine. I think Luke Smith's going to take the title. He did the F3 title last season. I think he's going to claim the F2. His advantage him at the moment. He's got the momentum. I think it's going to be Luke.
Well, I mean, I'll just gainsay you there. They're both very worthy winners, whether it's Simon Perroni or Luke Smith. They'll both be worthy of it, but it is time to get this race underway. 5 lights on. It is time to wind them up and let them go. Who is going to be bravest on the brakes? A decent start throughout the field. Luke Smith is tucked in right behind the Red Bulls. Lots of fidgeting behind, as you would imagine. Who is going to get this one wrong? Good effort on the outside line at turn 1, but that almost never works. But Luke Smith probably avoiding impact more than anything else. Joost Noordijk 4, Lundy 5. Simon Perroni is going, whoa! And that was Jordan Poland that's gone for a bit of a wonder. He's taken Andre Terrebuken with him. Oh, that's Luke Smith's rear gunner. So those two have come to grief. So Norbert Jacobs in trouble as well. So he's facing the wrong way, coming at turn 4. So both Ferraris at the tail end of the field.
It was Andre Terrebuken that went off. Luke Smith in third.
Yeah, Luke Smith's rear gunner was what I was saying, but Joost Noordijk has just gone past Luke Smith, actually, as we were saying there. Carter Lundy looking to get involved. Simon Perroni, where the hell did you come from? As he's now
what the hell?
He's from 8th to 4th in the first half of the lap. What a great move then. He's now going to be on the inside line coming through. Turn 11 holds off Luke Smith. Now this, if the race finished now, this would give the championship to... No, it wouldn't quite. It wouldn't quite give the championship to Simon Perroni. He's got to outdo Luke Smith, ideally by 2 positions, to secure it for him. But Alfie Butcher has got himself about half a second at the moment. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. But Joost Noordijk, Simon Perroni has got the field really closely condensed, 4th to 14th. In the DRS train for when DRS becomes available. Well, what a start! Oh, it is going to be a race close battle to see who will take that championship title at the end of the race.
Well, this is perfect for Simon Perroni. You know, he needed this to be ahead of his rival, and Jordan Poland's out the session. He's retired in the pit lane. Not really that much of a surprise there, but Terrebuken, well, he's in the pit lane to... I don't know what he's going to change too hard yet. Not that surprising, to be honest, but the gap is still close between the top two, the 2 Red Bulls. Don't think we'll be seeing that at the moment, but Isban Puki's looking good on the back of Soko for PA. We won't see any possible changes yet, but the DRS train is so big. We've seen that in F1 last night, how people were able to climb their way through the field and make moves, so it is possible. There's a phantom yellow flag set to 1, but that is for Jordan's AI car, and obviously Andre Terrebuken going out of the pit lane. Other gainers, I'm trying to find out how the other gainers are actually as well. Other gainers, obviously apart from Simon Perroni and Joost Noordijk. Duncan Offlin up 2, Jonah Martins up 3, so he started last, I think. Don't forget. And biggest loser, Norbert Jakob down 6. He's got a lot of work to do. He's the only Ferrari now in the field, obviously with Jordan Poland retiring from the race. And now we're going to get to the interesting part, Chris, because very soon DRS will be activated, and we know how powerful DRS is around it, especially during the start-finish straight. You gain massive amount of advantage if you have the DRS. If you don't have the DRS, you're in a bit of trouble. But Alfie Butcher just got to keep the pressure on his teammate for tonight. I do believe they're both reserves. So,
Yeah, they are, actually, yeah.
None of the full-time drivers in Red Bull are here, so they're not going to score points for the constructors, unfortunately. But I'm sure Christian Horner will be smiling at them very happily as well. But I have to say, Yo's doing a good job as well, keeping the top two for company as well. I don't know which way it's going to go. It's going to get very, very exciting. You could see some moves being made.
Absolutely. Right, so let me bring up the... I never remember how you do this without the menu there. So let's have a look at ERS amount. So Yost has actually used quite a bit. 36% left on him. 80 odd for Alfie Butcher. Same for George. What about Simon? Yeah, I thought he'd have used quite a bit to cannon his way up towards where he is in the kind of 40s region. Luke Smith used a fair bit, but not as much. And Carter Lundy, well, that's nearly full. So he's in a great position to be able to attack Luke Smith as we ride on board with the Aston Martin now in 6th position. As you can see the rest of the field, of course, right ahead of him as we work our way through the final turns then. At the moment, it's not going to be a lot of changing going on because, of course, everybody is going to slipstream off of everybody else. And Alfie Butcher doing exactly what he needs to do to build up a big enough gap to maintain his lead at the moment. Yeah, that comes down to about 0.3 of a second as it did last time around. So look at that, first right the way down to still first to 14th. Norbert Jakob is trying to catch the back of the pack, but he's still 4 seconds back. But it is worth continuing. It's let's see. You still might have safety car. If Lucas Blakely can win from last, then anything is possible. Albeit he never fell off the back of the field. Admittedly, he worked his way through from the back of the field, maintaining proper distance to everybody else. Look how close our championship pair are. Luke Smith probably knows he doesn't have to do anything silly. He can just stay there and still maintain his grip on the championship. But Simon is not just going to sit there and relax. You can see about 40% in the battery for the Frenchman and 66 for the Englishman. So there's plenty that can still happen. We're only on lap 4, of course. We still have plenty to do. Alfie Butcher doing a great job just maintaining that lead. He hasn't been able to build that up again to around about 7/10, which is where he had it before. So is this going to be an opportunity then for George Nader to attack for the lead at the end of the start from the straight once again? Going through the final turns. Let's have a look then. Who is going to start to make the moves? Luke Smith staying very close to the back of Simon Perroni. Is he going to dump the battery? He's using a fair amount of ERS. Here we go again, DRS train. And just look at how your momentum almost stalls at the point that DRS opens. Whoa, as Luke Smith nearly collides at the back of Simon Perroni. He's got the inside line for 2. The 2 cars collide. But Luke Smith had to get out of that. DRS open. Simon Perroni goes to the defensive line coming up towards turn 4. Forces the Alpine almost off the road. Firm but fair racing between them. Let's jump one car back. Oh, there's Carter Lundy trying to get involved. As we're now coming down towards turns 5, 6 and 7. It's still business as usual between this particular pack. And they're still maintaining DRS range to the top 3.
Wow, the difference between Simon Perroni and Luke Smith, 2 points, but obviously Simon Perroni's got less wins. They're tied on points currently if the race to finish as it stands. That is absolutely crazy, but so yeah, I agree with you. Luke just has to stay put, but you can't afford the likes of Carter Lundy and Ben Sabaconnier to get past him, because otherwise Ferrigny would have the upper hand right now as well. So, but the thing is, they're both race clutch drivers as well. I'm sure that they will usually be working together in the party before, but not tonight. It's every man for themselves, and we're seeing more moves down the background as well happening. We could see Georges Nader try and get past Alfie Butcher, but I wonder if Alfie Butcher just got the straight line speed that he needs. He's got the setup, but we'll see if Georges Nader could get past him. We'll see as he gets through in towards turn 1. Is he going to have the power that he needs? He's not even going for it. He's got the ERS. He's got plenty of ERS actually. 89.
Yeah, he didn't use any ERS, and he didn't deploy his DRS either. So Georges Nader was just acting as rear gunner for Alfie Butcher at the moment. Whether that remains that way when they get to the end of the race, we will see. Oh, lovely helicab. Whoa, at the top. Look at that. That's Eastran Pookie and Olaf Soko swapping round. We did see the Williams get a big old swapper on coming down from turn 13 last time, but he manages to keep that one on the road. This is half the field involved in this camera shot. It's over half the field, well over half the field indeed, involved in this particular battle. Luke Smith still nailed to the back of Simon Perroni now, coming down towards. Oh, was that Carter Lundy that nearly nudged the back? I'm not, he might have even did nudge the back of Luke Smith there. Now, we saw Brendan Lee pick up a little bit of damage early on in the race last night, and that just plummeted him through the field. And that's, again, something that Luke Smith is going to have to bear in mind. If he's just going to try and stay in the tyre tracks of Simon Perroni, he's got to be careful he doesn't fall into the same trap and just misjudge a braking point and nudge the back of the Alfa Romeo ahead of him, because that will just ruin his race. But we will see. Plenty of time still to go. Now, I think it was lap 9, if I remember rightly, when we saw the first of the soft starters come in for their tyre change. So a little bit of time then before the tyres are going to start to scream enough. Is Carter Lundy going to get involved? No, too far back. He's not even deploying ERS at this point, so he's not wanting to get involved. Luke Smith getting a bit fidgety behind Simon Perroni. Again, the Red Bull pair very close together. Joost Noordijk is caught in a really awkward sandwich there, because the Red Bull guys seem to be working together quite nicely. Or Alfie Butcher is dragging George along fairly well, but George isn't trying to make the move. And Joost Noordijk has the championship battle right behind him. So, if Joost makes a mistake, he could influence the championship in some way, but I'm sure he's not thinking about that right now. But here we go in this camera shot. That is going to be first right the way down to 14th in this long train.
Yes, none of these drivers have pitted, and remember the two Red Bulls fighting in the desert? Well, we've had something similar in the past, haven't we, between two members of the same team? Two members of the same team, Lewis Hamilton, Nico Rosberg, 2014. That was, I have to say, a sensational battle between the two. I don't know how they hit each other, but that was probably one of my favourite battles in Bahrain between two of the people in the same team, I have to say. And that was just incredible. And obviously, even though it was the outer layout, George Russell's performance before his pit stop malarkey, it was absolutely sensational. So
it was a brilliant race. I really enjoyed that last year.
Yeah, well, in 2020 I enjoyed that race too. And Perez took the win. Perez took the win, and I'm sure Mr. Sutton was very happy about that.
I dare say he was.
He was, but Nader, he's gonna go try it. If he didn't have any, as he almost touches Alfie Butcher a little bit, it's kind of like a bit of a punt to pass potential as well. Soko trying out about Sabaconye's off. Sabaconye is off in the background.
Along with Soko.
And yeah, there's quite a lot going on as well. We've got Luke Smith and Simon Perroni. Simon Perroni trying to go the right hand side there to turn 4. Can he stick it? Yes, he can. Joost Noordijk as well. Simon Perroni actually got past Joost Noordijk. So Luke down to 5th. Wow, that is huge. It's advantage Perroni now.
It is, and that's how quickly it can change. Oh, that was just a combination of all the cars clumping together. Carter Lundy was briefly ahead of Luke Smith, put the Alpine down into 6th position very briefly. Now I bet you Luke Smith is going to push like crazy to get Joost Noordijk out of the way. So he's not going to be resting on his laurels whatsoever. Simon Perroni at least can stay in the DRS train to the two Red Bulls ahead up until the time they come in. Norbert Jakob earned himself a 5-second speeding in the pit lane penalty. Nice. That usually is a precursor to retirement, but he's actually come back out again and is continuing. So, end of lap 8. Butcher leads Nader, leads Perroni, leads Noordijk, leads Smith. Your top 5. Anyone coming into the pits yet? I doubt it, because it was a bit early. Carter Lundy. Carter Lundy is in. And the Red Bull pair have just swapped round. So Nader and Butcher then swapped. So George and Nader now leads the way. And again, this will be paramount if they are working together to try and break the toe to Simon Perroni behind. As Simon's got Joost Noordijk for company. Luke Smith still well within DRS range, but Primoz Miklovic, now up at 6th, does not have DRS to the cars ahead of him. Of course, now we see the medium starters working through. Eastran Pookie, who had a disastrous start, he's on the soft tyres, so he's in for a really rough time as he's down in 9th position at the moment. So Ben Sabaconyi, Olaf Soko and Ryan Jacobs are in the pit lanes getting their tyres swapped out. So don't discount Carter Lundy, though. We saw how well those medium tyres just switch on very, very quickly here in Bahrain last time out. So we'll see if he is able to do anything about that. But let's ride on board with Luke Smith again, the back of this particular conga line. As Jonah Martins, Eastman Pookie now swap round for 9th position. Eastman's tyres are probably absolutely melted by now. Oh, yeah, there you go. There was a prime example of how little grip is left on those rear tyres. We saw Luke Smith's car just get a little bit quickly coming through at turn 13. So I would think we're going to see most of the top 5 at least come in this or next time around. Of course, the top 2 have got to figure it out, unless they want a double stack, which is never ideal. And there we go. Luke has opted to continue. Oh, Luke Smith is going for the overcut. I suspect he was doing what Simon Perroni didn't do. So it was more. It's not a case of he's necessarily trying to do the overcut. He just didn't want to pit at the same time as Simon. But is he going to have DRS? Answer is, shouldn't have changed camera. No. So this could be a big disadvantage to Luke Smith. So he's not got DRS off the back of Alfie Butcher at the moment. Let's jump down to our pitters. Where's Carter Lundy? If I can get the right camera. All right, alongside George's Nader. He almost got the undercut. Well, he could still do it because George's tyres are not going to be up to temperature. Here comes the Aston Martin. That's Carter Lundy now up to 8th position and the effective race lead once all the pit stops are dealt with. Ryan Jacobs, Nolo Soko of having an argument for 14th position slightly further down the field. Oh, has the pendulum swung? I reckon Luke Smith has really got it all to do now.
Luke Smith's got DRS. Luke Smith's got DRS, but not enough to catch up to Alfie Butcher, unfortunately. But these guys that were just fighting, going out, the pits keep squabbling, then that's going to allow Luke Smith to pretty much...
Potentially, yes.
Yeah, because the gap, I'm just trying to remember the pit lane loss around it. It's not that much compared to other circuits, as I probably haven't written it down somewhere. It is 22.5 seconds gap to leader. Oh, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be
very,
close.
very
Luke
close.
Smith has got to have the pit stop of his life bit, and hopefully he doesn't get held up by anything. But Alfie Butcher's in. Luke Smith is in. We will watch. Well, Carter Lundy's going to be ahead. So is George's Nader. No question about it.
Yeah, they definitely are. But Duncan Hoffman's is taking the lead whilst we were thinking about that. But where is Simon Perroni in relation to Luke Smith? So Carter Lundy new fastest lap. Simon Perroni is... Where's Luke? Where is Luke? He's
Luke!
Oh, he's at the back of this train!
Oh, no!
Oh, that is... so he's... Well, Joost Noordijk and Alfie Butcher are having an argument. There's now 2 cars in between Smith and Perroni. So, yeah, Smith's going to have to work hard at this.
He has. Well, he's got the fresher tyres out of these guys, so it will come back to him. So as long as he stays within this train throughout all of it, he should be fine. Because remember, we saw in F1 last night, people almost were in plunger territory, I remember as well. It was a bit touch and go, to be honest. So Luke probably obviously responded to what Simon Perroni did and not pitted the same lap, but he's going to have the advantage of tyre life towards the end. So as long as he stays his train, he should be fine. But Perroni would win the title by, I think, around about 6 or 8 points, I think it will be, because it's 2 points between each. Yeah, it'll be more than that, because obviously Luke would only score 1 point at the moment, but obviously with the top 4 still yet to pit because they're on the mediums. Still watch out for those, don't forget, because we saw how the medium runners who started on mediums come alive towards the end of the Grand Prix. But Carter Lundy continuing where he left off last week in the net race lead. But this time he was a chaser, wasn't he, last time? But this time he's the one to beat, as George's Nader.
Oh, Simon Perroni on the inside of turn 1.
Simon Perroni could get an P2. Yes, he gets P2. That is crucial.
Sorry to cut you off there, Jess. It's just
no worries.
So much going on.
And here comes Carter Lundy again. I don't think Carter Lundy fighted that pretty much. It didn't look like he didn't even have DRS. And he didn't use his overtake, so he just let Simon Perroni through by looks of things.
Yeah, but
Alfie Butcher is in 4th.
Alfie Butcher right there as well with Joost Noordijk behind. Luke Smith, looks like he's falling a little bit off the back of Joost Noordijk at the moment. Could be that Luke is, let's have a look at his battery. Well, his battery's down to 30%. I think Simon was even worse. Yes, it is. So Simon Perroni has got even less energy in the battery, I beg your pardon, than Luke Smith, but not by much. And with the amount of cars in between the two, that's a fairly, that's no advantage whatsoever. So Simon Perroni can just stay exactly where he is, and the title will be his, assuming Luke Smith does not then, get enough energy back to challenge Simon Perroni slightly later on. But we know this from Simon Perroni. He does this. He burns the battery really quickly, really early, and then just somehow manages to make it work. Just, lives with a really, really dead battery. It is now less than 10% that the Frenchman's got to deploy, and he's going to be jumping ahead of George's Nader at this point. There goes Perroni! I was just seeing that. But Simon Perroni's gone too deep and going to give the lead back to George's Nader, so all that effort has now come to nothing. Here comes Carter Lundy to try and demote Simon Perroni. This is exactly what Luke Smith wants. He wants this battle to continue. Now on board with Alfie Butcher, who has been in the lead of this race already. So Red Bull sandwiching the top four. Luke Smith can just sit back and build up his energy slowly, although at the moment he's just hovering at about 30-ish%, which is absolutely fine. If he can stay in this pack, and he's just about managing that at the moment. If he can do that and just keep enough life in the battery, he doesn't need to do anything silly. He doesn't need to burn the best out of his tyres just yet. Simon Perroni does not have that advantage. Remember, Simon is 2 points behind Luke Smith at the moment. Carter Lundy having a look on the inside line, coming down towards turn 11. It's possible, but very hard to make a move down there at turn 11. You need to have made that move start way earlier along that particular straight. So Simon chasing Carter Lundy, getting very close, coming through turn 13. Truth alive, it's barely enough time for me to call out the action. So championship protagonist Simon Perroni is ahead of championship leader Luke Smith at the moment. Those are the only two names that can win the championship this time around. So Carter Lundy might well be chasing for, well, at the moment he's actually in second, but George's Nader is going to come under fire again. Here comes Simon. Carter Lundy has a look on the inside line. Simon follows him, but Alfie Butcher nearly gets caught up in that. But Luke Smith has closed that gap back down. Whilst further back, Norbert Geckert, that's a terrible camera, gets overtaken by Ben Saber-Conyi. They're involved in their own battle in 11th position. Truth alive, this is absolutely incredible stuff. This is what it's a great problem for us commentators to have when there's too much action going on. There's Perroni and Butcher now are side by side coming down through 5, 6 and 7. Who's going to win out? Simon Perroni has to work hard to defend that one. Here comes Joost Noordijk then to try and make something happen, and Luke Smith says, yep, I'll have some of this. Luke Smith is enjoying the fact that everybody ahead of him is fighting. He is slowly building up his battery energy again. Don't discount Luke Smith. He is not out of this yet.
Definitely not, and we're seeing how everyone else is fighting. It's just, well, the tyre wear is going up and up for those who are fighting, and for Luke Smith, well, we're just like, you know what, let them
go on then, yeah.
damage the life of their tyres, and I will just be having less tyre wear, and towards the end I could get past you guys as well. But with all this fighting and squabbling, it's going to help the likes of Duncan and Primoz Mitrovic as well in the P1 and P2. They could climb their way through the field, so they can't afford to keep squabbling like this, because they could be out of the podium spots as well. So they just got to work together to make sure the gap is nowhere near 22 seconds to Duncan Offland when Duncan bits, but his tyres are probably on risk of dying at the moment, and we could use Duncan as a benchmark, to be honest, to see if the tyres can make it or not. But the train is just so close between all the guys who just pitted. George's Nader, Carter Lundy. We'll see if anyone's going to make a move. Maybe Alfie Butcher. No. Simon Perroni. No. Joost. No. Luke. No. Well, of course, Luke is not going to do that. And we got a yellow flag. That is Tabukin.
His car's ghosted, so no, it's back to life again, but that's coming into the pits. Bearing in mind, he went on to hard tyres earlier on.
Retired.
He's retired, yeah, that's the end. Whoa, and that's solo Soko. Ryan Jacobs now for wooden spoon avoidance, having their own argument carrying down to turn 4. McLaren just manages to make his way past the Williams, but Simon Perroni after turn... Whoa, and again, there's action absolutely everywhere. Simon Perroni now in the 8th position. This swings the pendulum back to Luke Smith, because now Simon Perroni does not have sufficient gap ahead of Luke Smith. At least I don't think he has. Of course, we haven't had all the pit stops yet.
I'm just trying to think right now at the moment. So George's name's in net P1, Carter Lundy net P2, Alpha Butcher net P3, Simon Peroni in net P4. So that's 8, 6, 4. So.
Oh, he does. So Luke's got one more position to make up if he's going to give himself the championship momentum.
He's got to get past Yost in order to take the title. So it's not over for Luke Smith.
That's close, but now
that is time.
Yeah, very, very timed. The Red Bull pair nearly reunited again. Now, Simon Peroni did not use any ERS down there. He's now starting to rebuild his battery again. What's Luke Smith on? He's up to 50%. I think our championship protagonists are just building his battery life. I think they're kind of biding their time a bit. Thank you, Helicam. We enjoyed this one. Yeah, it's brilliant. Ryan Jacobs and Olaf Soko still having an argument for wooden spoon avoidance at the back of the field. But this pack of 6 cars here, this what will be lead conga line, will, when, of course, the top 4 will eventually pit. There's no one giving any quarter to anybody else. Olaf Soko adds his name to the penalty board, along with Danny Lusing, Norbert Jakob and Ryan Jacobs. And, Ryan and Olaf probably have, let's see, do they have, they have the same amount of penalties on the board. So they're arguing for on-track position now. That's what it looks like for Simon Peroni. That's what it looks like for Luke Smith. So, yeah, Luke is really putting himself in a brilliant position to be able to attack. He just needs to finish in the position directly behind Simon Peroni. That's what he's primarily aiming to do. But let's face it, they're both so... This whole pack is very, very quick, in fairness. So I can't call it at the moment. I'm still going to stick with my original prediction, purely because it was the opposite of yours. I'm going to stick with Simon. You're sticking with Luke, I'm assuming, at least. Bring it on.
Can we get a poll up? Can we get a poll up?
That's a bit personal.
Can we get a poll up? Or do you think so whoever's on the PSGL account, can you do a poll, please? Oh, Soko's out in the pit.
Oh, no, he's retired that one in the pit lane. Yeah, he's had enough of that. So 3 down, 14 remain here at Bahrain. And it's just, any one of this pack could still come away with the top step victory. Of course, we are still continuing to watch Simon Peroni and Luke Smith in particular. We're not ignoring everybody else. The top 4 are very much minding their own business at the moment, although on board with Jonah Martins, he doesn't have a lot of ERS battery left. That's the yellow sector 1 is Olaf Soko's Ghost. As Jonah Martins goes for a big old snap of oversteer and wanders off the road going through turn 13. Those medium tyres are starting to cry enough. It was around about now, I think, that the medium started to come in. So expect the top 4 to be visiting the pit lane in the next few laps. I think 2 of them, 3 of them have. So just Danny Lusing. That is not... Oh, Alfie Butcher nearly hitting the... Well, he did. He nudged the back of Carter Lundy, sending the Aston Martin off the road. This is going to get spicy, but Alfie Butcher has resumed behind. What's going to happen here on board with Joost Noordijk? Is Luke going to be able to attack back? Of course, the timings are completely shuffled around with the pit stoppers. So they're going to be on soft tyres. They will close in, but will they close in enough?
They're not that far behind. They're not that far behind, Chris. With all those squabbling, it's helped them a lot. As Ryan Jacobs is out in the pits as well.
Jonah Martins and Norbert Jakob hitting each other as Jonah Martins is sent for a bit of a diversionary route on the infield on the outside, I should say, at turn 2. So yeah, those two having a great old squabble as well. Yeah, only 6 seconds between Duncan Hoffland and Luke Smith. So whilst we've been very much focusing on the Luke Smith Simon Peroni battle, we will have those soft runners getting involved in this potential championship fight. There they are in the background of the shot. They could well be with us in the next few laps. What is Luke Smith going to be doing about that? He has managed to recharge his battery up to 70% as Jonah Martins and Ben Sabakonyi have swapped round for 11th position. That's what it looks like for Luke Smith. Bearing in mind, Danny Lusing has still got to come into the pits. He should be doing so this time around. Nope, he's ignoring the pit lane. He's going to burn his tyres down to rubber bands at this rate. But I can only imagine that Luke Smith is just biding his time. Simon apparently has built his battery up to 40%, but we know he tends to run that very, very light. Well, no, that's not the car I was aiming for. No, camera, don't give me that one. Is Carter going to go for the move again? No, the DRS closed, just keeping the pressure on at the moment for George's Nader, trying to force the mistake. But where, that gap between Duncan Offland and also dragging Primož Miklovic with him is disintegrating between Hoffland and Smith. Oh, 10 and a half laps to go. Yeah, you're damn right, bring it on. This is going to be brilliant.
So, just in case you don't know the PSGL point system, as there's battles going everywhere, so P1 gets 16 points, P2 gets 12 points, P3 gets 10, P4 gets 8 points, P5 gets 6 points, and then I believe it's P7, it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I believe. So, yeah, that is basically the points order, so we will keep you up to date, of course. At the moment, it's too hard to tell. P5 is Simon Peroni, so that is 6 points. Luke Smith 7. That's I think 4. Well, I don't know. I will need to
brain is frazzled at this point.
I will need to check the rule book. The rule book doesn't say how many points you get. But if Duncan Offland could catch up to these guys,
he will.
Don't forget who is Duncan Offland's nearest rival in the championship is, you guessed it, Carter Lundy. So if Duncan Offland can get in this battle, he can try and make sure he stays ahead of Carter Lundy. So,
Joost Noordijk is making a move on Simon Peroni.
And there's Luke Smith. Who's trying to make the move on Joost.
Yeah, but Luke's still behind. Here we go again. Simon defending half from Joost Noordijk. That's 4th. That is crucial for the championship argument. As the Mercedes and the Alfa Romeo come together. Here comes Luke Smith on the inside line coming through turn 6. Can't hold it. Joost Noordijk defended brilliantly. Holds that defensive line coming down into turn 8. Can he hold it? Oh, Luke Smith nudges the back of Joost Noordijk. We didn't see anything fly off the road, but there behind, Duncan Hoffland dragging the McLaren along with him, Primož Miklovic, and Jonah Martins, he's only another 3 seconds behind them. Whoa, as the McLaren goes for a wander on the outside of turn 10. There you saw in the background of the shot was Jonah Martins, as well as Danny Lusink and Ethan Pookie are now the ones having wooden spoon avoidance. So Alfie Butcher is nailed to the back of Carter Lundy still. George's Nader has not been able to wander off the road. Penalty for Joost Noordijk, so that is going to drop him out of that particular battle at the moment.
That's huge.
That could well be absolutely huge. As Alfie Butcher, try that again. Alfie Butcher trying to have an argument with Carter Lundy, and this argument is going to continue. Oh, blimey, the Red Bull nudging the back of the Aston Martin again as they head down the South-Finish straight. Primož Miklovic with the fastest lap. The Aston Martin defends the inside line coming towards turn 1. That's going to box Alfie Butcher in. He's not going to be able to make a move there. Primož and Duncan Hoffland try and swap around, but Primož Miklovic goes for a wander again. Here comes Hoffland. He is in DRS range of Luke Smith. So the soft-shod Mercedes now in this particular battle. Again, this could completely mix up what happens, because you've got to assume that he's got the pace to get ahead of Luke Smith and several others. But of course, if he gets ahead of Simon Peroni, that again nullifies that advantage that Simon's currently got. Oh, it's so much can change.
And we've seen the advantage swing to both of the drivers during the race as well. It's not just been one driver having the advantage the whole race, and that is why those two are in the top 2. Just saying, and that's why Bahrain is the championship finale, because of these amazing battles as well. And Duncan Hoffland is in this train, and the tyre advantage is going to be huge between the softs. So what does Duncan do? Because he's got to try and get ahead of Carter Lundy in the championship to finish 4th. Thomas Warnhauer, by the way, just put into perspective, he will still finish 3rd in the F2 championship.
And he was promoted how many rounds ago? It was like 6 rounds ago or something like that.
He left his first race in full-time PCF1 was round 9 in Danforth. Just put it into perspective.
5 rounds ago, yeah.
Carter Lundy, he's going to have a look on George's Nader that lap potentially. No, not quite. We'll see what Duncan Offland can do. He's going to go for on the right-hand side. Just the two Mercedes touch a little bit.
Oh my
Not
goodness
quite any
me!
damage. That would have been disaster. We don't want a Hamilton-Rosberg moment, please. As Duncan Offland, he just can't get past Luke Smith.
Oh,
What's he
big
going to do?
move.
Lucas Blakely signed. Send, sorry, not signed. What are you on about?
We're both getting words wrong all over the place, and then
Yeah, we are getting words wrong.
Primoz
It's the
Mitrovic
last
as well.
race.
It's the last race. We've got 8
Duncan!
cars. Oh, look, Duncan on the outside line coming down towards turn 10.
No, not.
Or turn 8, beg your pardon. Side by side now through to turn 9. Luke Smith, he's not going to be able to
got
hang on
it.
to that one. So Duncan Offland up.
got it.
And Primoz Mitrovic is looking to get involved as well. And Jonah Martins is now closing that gap to them as well. Oh my, not even going to attempt to call how this is going to go. We've got still 7 laps to go before this is done. Alfie Butcher on the outside line of Carter Lundy. They're both on medium tyres as well. God, he's trying to get that one to work. Struth alive. That is, well, it didn't work, but it was a fair try. Here comes, forcing Carter London to the inside line. That's going to compromise the Aston Martin's run through the final 2 turns. Alfie then tries to cut underneath. He's been there or thereabouts all race long, side by side. Well, not quite, but certainly wheels side by side. That's right on well with Simon Perroni. And look, George Nader thought about the defensive line but didn't commit to it. Carter Lundy now has a look on the inside line. Simon Perroni trying to get involved. Oh my God, no, who's this round? That's Perroni! Simon Perroni spun! Simon Perroni has gone for a spin! Oh my goodness me! Once more, well, it didn't quite catch up with it in time. We don't know whether he had an impact there, but suddenly, as now Joost Noordijk and Duncan Hoffman have swapped round, the whole championship field has changed.
Wow, to be honest, I'm absolutely gutted because I wanted to see the championship go down to the wire. It could still go down to the wire. Simon Perroni, he's got to gain 2 or 3 places, I believe, to overtake Luke Smith in the championship. It's doable, but, with Luke Smith being ahead and being on the pressure tyres and him not spinning, and his tyre temperature is pretty good, it will be advantage Luke, but never say never. We've got Alfie Butcher that could pretty much, anyone in this DRS train could still win this race. Primoz Mitrovic is not able to catch up to the train as he would have liked, but we're seeing how Lucas Blakely did the alternate strategy last time out, last night in PCF1. Will we see a repeat tonight? Will we see someone on the alternate strategy win this race? It's doable, but I think Duncan's going to be patient. I think he wouldn't mind not getting the win today because it's not his battle tonight. He just wants to get on the podium and beat Carter Lundy, to be fair, in the championship. So as long as he beats him, that shouldn't be a problem. And there could be penalties as well as Mitrovic goes into the pits. I wonder if Mitrovic got damage or if he wants to go on. He's got damage because otherwise he would have probably stay out at the moment. So I want to just ask who's in the championship battle. It's Luke Smith and Simon Perroni. Luke Smith has the advantage going into tonight's race with 2 points more than Simon Perroni. Simon Perroni will need to outscore Luke Smith by 3 points to win the title. Luke Smith just needs to outscore Simon Perroni, pretty much, in order to do that. Or if Simon Perroni does outscore him, less than 2 points, and then Luke Smith will be the champion. So that is your situation, but there is twists on the tail right now, and the softs could start to degrade anytime soon, so it could be advantage means, but we'll have to wait and see. I can't remember how long Duncan Offland took those medium. I think it was 17, 18 laps. We are almost on the cusp of that now at the moment, and this is going to get absolutely intense. Alfie Butcher right on the back of Carter Lundy. This could be a chain reaction. I don't think George's Nader is miles ahead at the moment. Is Alfie Butcher going to get Carter Lundy? He's going to try it late. To the left-hand side he goes at the moment.
He's going to be boxed in behind George again. Oh, this happened before. Yeah, and that's going to be a wheel bounce. But can Alfie Butcher hold the inside line on Carter Lundy? Yes, he can. Oh, what a move from Alfie Butcher.
Carter Lundy's going to go back at him. He's going to go back into the right-hand side, line into turn 4. Don't make this 3 wide, lads. They don't. And I think Duncan's probably glad he's not going for the move there because he wants to gain as many positions as he can. He's just that's what being a good racer is. I know Brendan Lee talked about this last night in his interview. There's so much pressure that gets put on you if you are at this level, and you just gotta be patient. You can't afford to go for too many moves too early on, because otherwise your tyres do start to die. But we are seeing Duncan being patient to boost his tyre life even more and then challenge towards the end. We did see him go for some moves earlier on, to be fair, but not as much as we would have wanted at the moment. So as it stands, because I know a few people are asking, as it stands, if Luke and Simon Perroni were to finish as they were in this race, Luke Smith would be champion. So, but it is not over until the fat lady sings. Simon Perroni could have a fantastic final couple of laps, but he's on older tyres compared to Luke Smith. We could see another fight between Carter Lundy, but again, not quite close enough this time. Turn one. Alfie Butcher, can he get past his teammate? Not quite. Oh, Carter Lundy! He's going to go for the centre, and they touch a little bit. Duncan Offland's waiting again, so is Yost as well in this little fight too. I think Luke Smith's going to wait a little bit as well, and all this is just eating out into their tyre life as well. I would love to see on the next game tyre wear information, but that's probably not going to happen. But we will see at the moment. But final few laps. Has your predictions changed in chat? Let us know. Who's going to win the race, to be fair? We haven't asked that, did we? But it could go either way.
It could go so many ways. Yeah. I mean, I think at the moment the momentum is certainly with the Red Bull pair. They've done an absolutely stunning job. Despite Carter Lundy's best efforts, he's not been able to stay ahead of the Red Bulls under pressure just yet. Duncan Hoffland riding on board with the soft shot Mercedes at the moment, keeping the pressure on the Aston Martin, looking at the podium positions. Yona Martin's behind Simon Perroni. I'm surprised Simon's not let his teammate go. Yona could try and actually get involved and maybe give the position that Simon needs with this with soft tyres on his car. But either way, that is up to them. Oh, this could go any which way. Is it going to be down to that one, say, Primoz Mikljevic now with a penalty? But he is down in 13th position. He's very much out of the running as far as the championship is concerned. Riding on board with the back of the pack. Simon again. Is he trying to defend from Jonah Martins? I think he's actually just trying to... Oh, no! No! Jonah Martins has hit him!
Do that!
No!
They're teammates! Oh, Jesus, Jonah
Oh,
Martins,
my
that was a
goodness
save.
me. Don't...
You can't afford to do that. Jonah Martins, if you want Brady to win the title, just work together. Don't take each other out.
Wow, my goodness
Oh, my
me.
God.
3 to go here in this championship. It's still advantage Luke Smith, but what a fantastic fight we've got throughout the field. And in fairness, in 9th to 12th is a great battle as well. Danny Lusing leading that particular train with the soft shot Haas. Then it's Ben Sabakony right behind. Isran Pookie just a few more seconds down the road with Norbert Jakob for company. And Primoz Mikljevic with an extra pit stop, and probably looking to hang on to the fastest lap as well. But with 8 cars in this particular conga line up front, it still could be anyone's game. I wonder, you know what, I'm going to say, for as far as race win is concerned, I'm going to go Butcher on this one. He does look like he's just had a slight pace advantage over George Nader. No disrespect to either of them, because they've done, well, in fact, no disrespect to any of our drivers. They're all absolutely superb. But
That's why they're here.
That's why they're here. That's why they're in F2, looking to get into the top spot next time around. Here comes Alfie Butcher. George stays on the outside line. And no, Alfie Butcher does not commit to that one. Carter Lundy still looming right behind. Duncan Hoffland, is he burned the best out of those tyres, or is he just biding his time as well?
May have a bit of damage from that touch
True
from
enough.
his teammate, but
True.
I'm not entirely sure. But not if he's got damage, I don't think it's enough damage to warrant a pit, obviously. So that's why they're still in this fight as well. Or maybe Duncan just waiting for the perfect opportunity. As it stands, I believe Duncan will still outscore Carter Lundy. So if Duncan often stays as he is, he should be fine. So I don't think he's battling for the win. I think that's over. So as long, he's probably hoping that the top tyres die and he can win the race or something. But I don't think it's going to happen, because Carter Lundy is on 18 lap old mediums, and George and Alfie still got at least 2 laps old of mediums in the tank before they start to die as well. So You know, the Red Bull should be fine. I'm keeping an eye on Carter Lundy because I hope he gets to the end because it'll be cruel if he to see another tyre issue for Carter Lundy. Remember what happened in Singapore, and it was a night race to be fair as well. Oh my goodness, George's Nader. He was doing some interesting tactics on Alfie Butcher, but this could be absolutely fantastic. Final lap of this race, and could Alfie Butcher take his first win in PSGL?
Yeah, George jumped out of the way there. He's not interested in that one. Here comes Carter Lundy. I think George knew he couldn't defend against his teammate, but he's going to defend against the Aston Martin. Side by side through one, still side by side through two, and that's going to put George on the grass. Carter Lundy up into second. Here comes Hofland. Has he got anything? He's got very little battery life left, but he's going to challenge, and he's got George's Nader up into third position, coming through turn 4. Joost Noordijk fifth. It does look like Luke Smith has been able to keep Simon Perroni at bay. Doesn't look like these Frenchman's going to have an answer to this one. Oh, as he nearly runs into the back of the Alpine. But still, the race victory to do. And wow, in a few corners, George Nader's gone from first to fourth.
Yeah, I think that's just how close the time of the turn is. Simon, Luke Smith's off.
Oh my goodness! Okay, he's off at turn 10. Simon Perroni's in fifth. Oh my God! This is
Let me do the math.
quick.
Let me do the math. Hold on.
Oh yes, Simon Perroni, because he's finished with the position in between himself and but Joost has got the penalty.
Wait.
Joost has the penalty, so Luke should still get it. But please do the math, because I think this is still advantage
We
Luke.
don't want to crown the wrong champion. We don't want to crown the wrong champion. No, I've done that before. That was it. But we could have fast lap as well as Luke Smith.
He's
trying
gone
to get
ahead.
past Joost Noordijk on track,
But your
Alfie Butcher.
Yeah, your winner here in Bahrain, Alfie Butcher takes the top spot. Carter Lundy second, Duncan Hofland third, George Nader fourth, Simon Perroni is fifth. And we
Luke Smith's done it.
Yeah, we thought so. Level on points, but with Kalbach, Luke Smith is going to be your PSGL F2 Season 30 champion. Oh my goodness, it came down to the final lap, but Luke Smith has hung on to the top spot. Jono Martin 7, Joost Noordijk 8, Ben Sabakoni 9, Danny Lusik in 10th, Israel Puki 11, Norbert Jakob 12, and Primoz Miklovic still circulating out there in 13th. We lost Ryan Jacobs, Olaf Soko, Andre Terebukin and Jordan Poland in the course of the race, but oh, Luke Smith, take a bow. Everybody, you did a brilliant job. Alfie Butcher, stunning effort. Georges Nader, great and right up until the end. Carter Lundy, again on the podium. Great to see Duncan Hofland back in the top spot. But you cannot take it away from the consistency of Race Clutch. They'll be happy about that. Luke Smith takes the F2 title.
Well deserved as well. He done the F3 title last season, and he's done the double. So, can he do F1 next season? Joking.
Primoz is already doing donuts. He's just stretching this out. You haven't finished the race, sir. Oh, Primoz.
No, he's celebrating the end of season 30 for PC.
And end of the F1 2021 game, at least.
I think it's his last race. I think it's his last race on PC. So.
Yeah. Oh, is it? So.
Oh, he's gonna get lapped by Alfie.
He's gonna be lapped by Alfie Butcher's ghost.
No, he's
there
not.
we go.
Not quite.
Wow. Struth. Oh, it's just absolutely incredible. Duncan Hofland, driver of the day, why not? Throw it out there. But I would give that to Alfie Butcher personally, but I know that's always based on start to finish position. But, driver of the day, bung in your nominations in chat. So you did indeed make the right call on who the champion was going to be at the end of the race. But Simon gave it everything and just fell short literally in the last lap.
Wow, I'm lost for words. I think the last time I've commentated on a season that won on comeback, Xbox F1 Japan. I don't know what it wasn't as dramatic as that as obviously Xbox was, but that's just crazy. There may be some stewards reports that could change quite a bit, but I hope it does not. I kind of hope it does not get decided by the stewards, but well done to the top 3. And fair play, Duncan Offland from 14th to 3rd. Didn't quite get the win there, but to be honest, he'll be happy with P3.
Yeah, I imagine he will be happy with P3, considering how hard he had to fight for it. That was something, wasn't it? That was absolutely incredible. Let's see who wants to have a chat to us, shall we? Oh, wow.
We got quite a few people. I think Carter Lundy is waiting, he said.
Is he? He is. Let's have a chat when the Canadian on second position in the Aston Martin. It is Carter Lundy.
Hello.
Wow. Just, yeah. We're absolutely blown away. Great performance.
I agree.
Great performance, Carter. Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
You're lost for words too. Oh man.
Waiting on you, but I'm sure you have much more of a. I'm sure I have much more voice left than you after that.
Well, probably. I dare say, but I mean, talk us through. Were you gunning for the win? Were you looking to just see where the cards fell? What was going through your mind as the race began?
Well, I started 4th, and well, the first thought that came to my mind was, last time I started 4th, I won. So
So
just
close.
wanted to keep that mentality, and then I went for the undercut lap 8, and it worked out really well. I didn't expect people to be pitting lap 9, lap 10, but so at the end my tires were pretty dead. But throughout the race, I just drove pretty controlled. I saved my battery quite a lot. I was at 100 for until the final few laps. And then, yeah, Alfie's tires were 2 laps quicker, and at the end of a race in Bahrain, it just makes so much difference. But I think P2 was a really good recovery, and I'm really happy to be ending the season on a podium.
Oh, well, yeah, I bet you are. So, will we see you back in the next game and in the next season?
I'm sure you will.
Excellent. Well, Carter Lundy, it has been a great pleasure commentating on your ascendancy through the tier, and we wish you the best of luck moving forward. Thank you very much once again, Carter Lundy.
Actually, let me get one more word in.
Go, crack on.
Yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for the season, commentating over us. It's been lots of great races, and you guys have been great. I think you're one of the best commentary duos out there, and it's really enjoyable.
Aww.
And I'm sure everybody will want to thank you for the season.
You are very, very
Thank you
kind.
for racing, Carter, in F2. When I heard you were racing in F2 for the rest of the season, I was delighted, and what an improvement you've made since you've joined the F2 tier. So congratulations, and I'm glad you're racing next season, and very best of luck as well, and enjoy the time off for PSGL as well.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, indeed.
Right.
Right, we look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you. Yep, thank you.
Thank you very much, Carter Lundy. Right.
Duncan Offland next.
Yeah, I think
We'll
so.
do the champion last.
Save the best till last, indeed. Right, let's get third place on the podium. It is Mercedes driver Duncan Offland.
Hey, hello.
14th to 3rd? Christ alive, sir.
Yeah, I mean, the reverse strategy was really good. I also did it yesterday and it worked out really well. But I mean, P14, P3, I got damage as well from the dive bomb of Primoz in turn 1. So I think in lap 25 maybe, I got damaged. So it was really hard for me to make moves. So I decided to save ERS and pay attention to Carter. Of course, he was my rival this race for the 3rd position in the standings. And at the end, I think I did it. I managed to finish ahead of him in the championship.
We believe so. We believe so very much.
Well, apart from Thomas Ronha, because he's technically still 3rd, but with the active drivers, you're technically 3rd. So
that's what matters.
Technically, yeah.
So again, what was your thoughts moving into this? Were you confident you were going to be challenging for the top spots, say, based on your performance from last night as well?
Yeah, I mean, my race pace, I was really happy with that. I noticed that Primoz was a bit struggling on the mediums in the first stint. But I think I did quite a good job and had some good pace on the mediums. Also practiced for it, so I was fully prepared, and yeah, it went well.
And will we see you return to us in the next game and in the next season?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
We very much
Get in.
we very much look forward to that. Well done again, Duncan, and best of luck in the future. Thank you very much, Duncan Hoffland.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night indeed. And it is next up, our final interview of the night. It is the champion from Race Clutch. It is Luke Smith.
Hello!
You're a happy man.
It was close.
Yeah, a lot less dejected than last week, I can guarantee you that much. I am knackered.
Wow. How many
That was-
times you must have thought at certain points that that's it. The too many positions in between you and Saman, and then the spin happened, and then positions changed. Or were you just putting that out of your mind and carrying on, just pushing on? What was going through your mind?
My main aim was to kind of try and keep it all out, like just keep it out of my head, because I was trying to save tyres and ERS up for later on in the race, sort of so I could kind of give myself a bit of an easier time, because I knew I had that 2-point buffer. But obviously when he was a couple of positions too far ahead, I was obviously feeling like a little bit like, oh, maybe this is over. But like as a driver, you've got to never give up, because I'm sure you've heard many times in Formula 1, in literally any sport, anything can happen. So yeah, you've really just got to hold out for those moments, and that's what happened.
I mean, absolutely exemplary performance throughout the season as well. Absolutely can't fault your Race Clutch. Must be absolutely ecstatic with your performance. Does that mean we'll see you back in the next game?
Yes, absolutely. I don't know. Is that, I don't know if it's true, but I've heard that it's a rule that the champion of a tier below gets promoted.
I don't know. I don't make the rules, Luke.
Yeah.
We just do the shouty bit in the commentary box. We just have to obey the rules.
Yeah, Connor, if you're watching, let me know that as soon as possible, please.
But if you do go to F1, where are you aiming for in that championship if you do get the promotion?
Well, that's it's very early to be able to tell that. Firstly, you've got to see the grid, who you're going up against, and firstly, I haven't even driven the new game yet, so I have absolutely no idea. So, yeah, we'll see when it comes to it, but yeah, I'll still hope to do my best as I've been trying to do this season in F2.
Oh my goodness me. Well, the field best be wary, because Luke Smith is coming. Great stuff. Congratulations again on the title, and we very much look forward to seeing your progress from this point onwards. Well done on the championship. Thank you very much, Luke Smith.
Thank you.
Round of applause indeed. Well deserved. And that is going to be it for tonight's festivities and for this season. Oh, what a season it's been. Down to the final lap of the final race of season 30. Disrupted in the middle, or somewhere near the middle, because of the sort of desync issues, but even still did not dilute the enjoyment that we've all had.
Yeah, definitely. And I've also can confirm as well that Luke Smith has done the double as well with the constructors. So Alpine are your constructors champions for season 30 for the F2 tier. So a big well done to them. But wow, it's been such a great season for the F2 side all the way through. And we literally did not know in which way it was going to go until the final round. Thanks to all the drivers for giving us all a show. It's amazing. And oh, Carter Lundy's got one more word to say, apparently. Go on, Carter.
Yeah, well, I thanked the both of you, but I had to thank Connor as well. You know, can't leave Connor hanging. The owner of the league,
Don't forget Connor, come on.
runs it really well. Very organized. Yeah, what a lad.
Yay.
Fair.
Yeah, I'll carry on. Thanks to all the drivers as well. Thank you, since it is the last PC stream. It is the last PC stream. Thanks to all the commentators who have commentated this season for the PC side. To be honest, you've all been super. We managed to get 4 tiers being streamed this season, which is more than our season. So thank you to obviously yourself, the King Kodiak, for joining me throughout this season. Well, for most of this season, it's been amazing. Also, we had Jacob for the first 2 rounds, absolutely amazing from him as well. We've had obviously Ginger Andy and down on the F1 side, absolutely incredible as always. We've had I'm trying to think. You've had George for a little bit as well. We've had obviously Richie and Joshua Birch from F4, Paul from F3, Sam for a little bit for F3 as well. We had Jish and Luke who filled in for a couple of races as well. Thank you very much to them. Without the commentators, there wouldn't be any streams. So thank you to all the PC commentators, and now they can enjoy a nice rest. But thank you, Chris, for joining me this season, and it's been a pleasure to share the box with you. It's been amazing. So yeah, thank you to all the PC commentators. Without you, PSGL wouldn't be as good as what it is. So thank you.
Amen to that. All the commentators doing a brilliant job, no matter what tier you're in. We salute you. And again, thank you very much, Jess. It's been a great pleasure sharing the box with yourself, with Dan, and as I say, with Mr. Aladar, before he had to relocate. It's been an honour to scream at the top of my lungs for PSGL, and I very much look forward to doing it all over again next time around. So that is it for PCF2. There's still some racing here to do at PSGL, but we will see you in the next game. Until then, thank you very much, and good night!